everybody, it's Maria. Welcome to my second library haul. I think I'm going to make this a monthly feature, and while I'm not going to show you all of the books that I check out, and hopefully I will get to read all these, but I might not, it was really fun to do the first haul, and I really liked seeing the comments, especially if people had read certain books. I really love to hear what your thoughts of them are, or if you think I'll enjoy them. It was just really fun, and I'm not encouraging you to purchase them, just to use your library more, so I feel like I have a free and clean conscience. So the first book that I'm going to talk to you about is Dreamland Burning by Jennifer Latham. I think I heard about this on Get Booked podcast. I think that's right. Dreamland Burning is about a 17-year-old girl who finds a skeleton on her property and is kind of trying to investigate what happened. And from what I know, it goes back to a racial firestorm in the Jim Crow South. Yes, 1921 in Tulsa. So it's based on an actual race riot that happened. I'm really interested in seeing, and it's not too long. So yeah, I don't do tons of mysteries, and I think this will be a fun one. Second up, I actually started already, and it's called Undivided, A Muslim Daughter, Her Christian Mother, and Their Path to Peace by Patricia Raybon and Elena Raybon. I think I just saw this on, my library shelves and thought, that looks like something I would read. So I picked it up. Undivided is, what it says in the subtitle. It is a Muslim daughter and a Christian mother, and they're trying to kind of figure out how to relate to one another after the conversion of the daughter and what led to it, and they're trying to make things less awkward. I think it's going to be a really interesting read, especially as I'm trying to kind of understand Islam better as from a modern perspective. I've read more historical things on it, but I really want to know how it's affecting families today. So that'll be a good one. Next up, I think everybody in the universe has read except for me, and it's The Kitchen House by Kathleen Grisham. I heard Kathleen talk on a podcast. She was interviewed. I listen to too many podcasts, but she was interviewed, and she was talking about how she was actually honored to be put in a class, not a class, but like the same distinction as some African-American authors. And I thought that was really interesting that African-American Association had chosen to honor a white woman who'd written a story about slavery. So, because I have mixed feelings on that. I always try and read more from the perspective that it's written. So I don't know, but at least she got some accolades from people who kind of have more cred. I don't know if that's the right word. That's probably not the right word, but I'm really interested in hearing what this is about. And it seems like everybody's read it, but it's kind of a slavery story where she's kind of torn between the plantation and slave life, and that's all I know, literally. So it got some awards. This next one is called Grace by Natasha Dion, and this one is another, I apparently am in like a Civil War slavery abolitionist mindset lately, because these are all like racially charged books. But this one is about a slave in the 1840s South, and she has a hard, they all had hard lives, but yes, it seems like it's not going to hold back on the honesty of the brutality of the situation. But she escapes and then falls in love with a white person, and then I think she has the child, and the Emancipation Proclamation's coming out, and so there's a lot of, interfamily conflict, racial conflict. This one I think got some awards as well. Yes, Natasha Dion is the recipient of a Penn Center USA Emerging Voices Fellowship. So so I'm excited about reading that. This one is not racially charged. This is Where You Belong, The Art and Science of Loving the Place You Live by Melody Warnick. I have been doing, I think, a phenomenal job at reinventing our house and really decluttering a lot, taking a lot out, trying to reconfigure things, figure out where things should go, figure out what we are done with and what we're not done with. And I think this will be kind of a fun book. I don't know if I'm going to read it cover to cover. I might just peruse it because I'm actually feeling in a good place right now, but I got this and I was on hold for it, and then now I'm kind of feel like I don't even know if I need it anymore because I actually really do love where I live. This next one is Strangers in Their Own Land. I've heard about this on several podcasts, including Pantsuit Politics, where they talked about Arlie Russell Hochschild, who she is a person who is of a liberal mindset, and she went down into more of the red state areas to try and create community relationship, and then to interview other people who felt differently than she did and try and understand where they were coming from and understand why they chose to vote the way they did, and what prompted the priorities that they were making when it comes to politics. I think it'll be a really interesting read. I know a lot of the information already from listening to several interviews on this particular book, but I'm nevertheless interested in picking it up. This next one, Romeo and Juliet graphic novel. It's illustrated by Gareth Hines, and yeah, it's just a graphic version of Romeo and Juliet. And it's been a really long time since I've read Romeo and Juliet, so I think it'll be kind of fun to pick it up in a new way. It's not my favorite Shakespeare play, although I have several lines that I enjoy out of it. This next one was another one that I was just perusing the shelves and found, because you'll see. This is Trashed, an ode to the crap job of all crap jobs. It's by Durf Backdurf. There's no way that's his real name, right? Like, no way. But yes, it is a graphic novel. He does have an award for political cartooning, apparently, about the life of a garbage collector. And I think, I don't know, it'll be different than anything I've read before. Got two left. Next up is Stardust by Neil Gaiman. And this is just an illustrated copy, which always makes things just better. I know Stardust is also made into a movie, so I've not watched it yet, but Neil Gaiman is somebody who I've started to kind of dip my toe into, and when I saw this, I couldn't pass it up. So, yes, Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I've heard good things. It's a fantasy novel, and it's by Neil Gaiman. And then this last one, again, called to me from the shelves. I was literally walking in my library, starting to go down the stairs by the memoirs biography section, caught my eye on this and went back up the stairs because I couldn't pass it up. It is Sister and I in Alaska by Emily Carr, an illustrated diary of a trip to Alert Bay, Skagway, Juneau, and Sitka in 1907. I mean, it's like women travelers illustrated with watercolors, and they're like, look at them. I'm just so excited. And it's like 1907, so it's like legit, like back when women were not supposed to be out traveling by themselves. I'm just really excited to have an hour to pick this up and read it, because it hits all my buttons, which are apparently women power, travel, being independent, and pretty art. I think those are my book buttons, so I'm excited about it. Yeah, so that is what I have recently picked up the library for myself. I would love to hear, what have you guys recently checked out? Are there ones that you haven't gotten to? Are any of these ones that you've heard about or read or have advice on? I would love to hear from you guys. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.